evening, everybody, and welcome to this community meeting for discussion of the sale of the Hamptons Sports and Leisure Centre.
For the past 50 years, this centre has served the whole of this community.
By removing the bars, I feel that this is discrimination against all present members, regular customers, and the users of the club. And there I state my case.
They're saying they're going to use it as a place of worship during Eid for 500 people in 2 batches. Does that not make a mosque?
And in order to turn it into a place of worship, they would have to get it reclassified. I applied for planning permission to classify it as D1. This will be only permitted where the council is satisfied that the use concerned is not economically viable.
For the past 2 years, the Hamptons has not made a profit.
Not economically viable. We understand that the licensed bar and associated event hire currently accounts for about 80% of the revenue generated by this site.
There seems to be a calculated thing to make sure that bars close so they can show this is not commercially viable and then use this building only for religious purposes. I don't think that is right, and I think we all need to stand up against that.
When all the bookings have dried up and all of a sudden its main use has become as an Islamic worship centre, he can then go put in for the change of planning with justification. It's no longer financially viable, it's no longer being used by the community, it is only being used by the Muslim sector, therefore we would like to change it for a mosque.
So Mr. Fahid can do what he likes once.
No, he cannot. He is bound by the planning consent that this building currently has.
On a funding page raising money for the acquisition of Hamptons, it was stated it will easily accommodate 1,000 worshippers. Easily accommodate. Well, the site only has 98 parking spaces. So how is that easy? The subsequent CMS statement from January, they revised this figure to 500, and I understand that recently on social media, Mr. Said's been quoting 250. So tomorrow, will it be 125?
Right, Joe and Liz.
Now we go lower. Yeah, we'll go lower.
You're going to go lower, all right.
For daily prayers, we do not expect numbers to be beyond 15 to 30 people, lasting approximately 10 to 20 minutes.
That road isn't capable of taking cars, never mind parking them.
I mean, it's a poorly designed. The area is poorly designed.
We've had to put up with the traffic, using the green to park on, using both sides of the roads to park on. We can't even walk on the path sometimes, and the noise that goes along with that early in the morning, especially late at night. And the green, which we were told when we moved in here was designated green space, but is constantly used as a car park. Our kids play on there. It's disgusting.
There's a lady in a wheelchair that lives on the first floor. She comes out, she can't get out. She goes straight into her car most nights.
As soon as the centres fill up for parking, they come back out, do a left, come right up to the end of Tideman, and this is what we have to put up with the whole time. The traffic coming out, going round and round and round, and just using our private parking bays.
How does it affect the emergency services if they can't gain access to the adjacent properties?
Now with another 20, 30, 500, 1,000, 1,500, whatever number he wants to pull out of his hat, that's I'm Saeed. We are already suffering because of the Army Navy that has no plans currently to have a solution. So on top of that, we are now going to have up to another 1,000 people travelling in and out of our tiny village.
This is not about this is not a religious thing. This is saving this facility for the whole community.
As our councillor, who's supposed to represent us, do you have any concerns?
Yes.
What are they, sir?
Parking.
Sorry?
Parking. And and ensuring that this building remains as a community facility.
We have also received considerable support for our plans and intentions from the local community.
How many are in favour of the plans proposed by CMS for Hamptons Leisure Centre? And now everybody who's opposed to the plans as they currently are, please raise your hands.
This has got nothing to do with the race. This has got absolutely nothing to do with race.
What person would sell a building to someone that hasn't got the money and then sets up a GoFundMe page?
Who looks at where the money is coming from and how the money was raised?
Who really sits there and believes that Mr. Iman is capable of telling the truth?
The fact that Mr. Saeed is not here shows how much he cares about the concerns of the community.